Why do you care? Why do you care about human performance and exercise and cognitive performance? Where did that come from? What was the like first domino that fell in your life?
Sorry, I need to collect myself a little bit here. Um, I've been on a lot of podcasts, and I've been in the media a lot, and there's just a lot of part of my story that the world doesn't know. Um, the shortest answer to that question was I grew up with sports being everywhere, right? And I played sports growing up. Everyone I knew played sports growing up. And I personally was an adequate athlete, which means I was good, but not exceptional. But I wasn't terrible either. I was told uh, as a teenager and by the people around me, my parents and my grandparents, that you deserve nothing. Not in the negative way, but in terms of like, no one owes you anything in this world. If you want to get better at sports, you better train. You better work harder. And in the most positive, loving like way possible, right? I was very fortunate. My parents were incredibly positive and supportive, and there's no negativity there. And so it was just as simple as a matter of fact of, hey, you say you want to win, then why aren't you working harder than everybody else? Just the way that my parents raised us and the way that my grandparents and my siblings, there was just a sense of like, my sorry, I'm trying to
That's okay.
give a more genuine answer, but there's only so. Most people will go through challenges at some point in their life, and I'm no different. I was just very fortunate to where my parents were in a position that my dad was a construction worker. My grandparents were construction workers. We grew up in the country. My mom did whatever she could to, you know, keep our house and things like that. And they raised us in a very positive way. They always said, you're going to go to college. I don't care what you do, what you spend your career on, whatever, but you're just not doing what we did. Just because they wanted us to have an easier and better life. So for me, human performance was that, hey, here's your chance. Like, here's your chance to get out and do something. This is going to give you the ability to not be in those situations anymore. And I get to do that by being around sports all the time, which is pretty great. So why I care.
What is the emotion, Andy?
Sorry, I've never been on this road in real public before. There's a lot of things that people will go through in life that are out of their control. To me, this represents stuff that will be within your control. And so I give you the chance to make changes that you can control, your strength and your health. At least you got that.
You tell me where the parameters are here, because I want to make sure that you're comfortable. But from that, I understand that in your childhood, there were things that you couldn't control. And in what I heard there was that this was something that you could give you that control.
I don't want to overplay my own situation. I had a tremendous childhood. I've had a tremendous life. Again, especially never being around alcohol or violence and things like that. Like, I had a lot of great breaks and still had loving parents, support, positivity. There were a number of years, as a child that were really difficult. And just being like, man, My parents never did anything, like, again, never violence, never alcohol, never negative, never hate. Just, okay, fine. That was really horrible, really bad break. What are we going to do? We're going to work harder.
Financially difficult.
Yeah, for sure. In other ways. But the thing I appreciate is, like, many of the things, the biggest one is just like, it doesn't matter. We're moving forward. Like, not in terms of like ignoring it, we're letting it go, but like, okay, great. Bad deal here. Got real bad luck. But we're pressing on. We are going to overcome this stuff.